Hi folks, back to basics for this oil painting. A cleaner bit of rag. This is a piece of 3mm MDF. It's primed with a couple of coats of PVA glue. It's not rubbed down. This particular batch of MDF I'm using, I've still got another couple of sheets of it. Is quite rough. The primer lifts the surface of it. It's quite fibrous, this MDF, but it's really good. It gives a bit of tooth to your paint and your brushwork. It's really good. I'm going to a simple landscape, but I want to sort of break down a decent sky, break down the process for a decent sky. I've not thought about anything for the bottom. I just wanted to do the sky, but just put a backdrop underneath. So I've got cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, Payne's grey, cadmium yellow pale, and yellow ochre. So we get a bit of white, bit of cad red. You can use vermilion. I just put in some stuff. It's a nice warm colour. It's quite similar to in tone to the background colour, but it's nice to not have to bother about putting a coat of gesso or something on. The mid-tone is very helpful, but you can use burnt sienna would be a very good base colour. Acrylic, that's a primer, acrylic mixed with some gesso, just to seal the surface and stop the paint going into it. Otherwise you'll end up with dry spots around the picture. But let's get a bit of blue. I'll use a bit of red with the blue. Slightly mauvey tints, plenty of oil. Now, don't try to do one bit to the finish and then go on to the next bit. Just work all over the painting. Go a bit darker with that, I think. Now we've got plenty of oil on there, we can darken it a bit. Look, I'm not aiming for anything at the moment. I'm just working around everyman's sky. Could have a bit lighter than that, maybe. Okay. We'll put in some nice light colours. I've got a bit of Griffin paint mixed in with the titanium. It helps it all dry. Just a touch of ochre. I've just done a sky like this on Patreon. But I want to show the blue sky bleeding into nothing as it comes down towards the horizon. So let's get some base colour, some sort of light, very light mauvey blue, plenty of white. And under it we'll put some trees or something under this. Okay, I'm not going for a very great impasto. That's the base of the bottom of my sky. Let's get some of this. It's in the top here. A touch of red, and a touch of the ochre. Okay, now just blend. Right, we'll have that petering out over here a bit. Well, let's get a little bit more blue on that horizon. Now, I'm looking at the sky at the moment, but it's just a blue, just a beautiful blue sky. You can make the paint as thick as you like. Okay, so we've got bright sky against a darker background. Now we want to put some countryside in. I suppose we could put a bit low down. Why not? Let's have a. Just put a bit of interest down just above the horizon. Okay, so our main sky or strength is up in the top here. So let's put in just a simple bit of blue, bit of yellow, bit of oil. Just a little bit red with that. Just a simple green mixed with cage yellow. Can put a bit of blue behind that. Get a bit of distance. Right, red, blue, yellow. Not dark enough. A little bit of Payne's grey in that, just to get an easy dark. It's just a backdrop. And it'll remind me of our weekly bike ride in the morning in Mordenhall Park along the River Wandle. Absolutely gorgeous. It's just a bit of shadow in here. Just a bit of dark on the horizon. No, we've got a bit of light on here. Okay, that'll do. Now, a shortcut to doing distant grasses, oil, cheapo brush, loads of bristles, a bit of ochre, and we go along a boardwalk in this lovely park, and it's such a lovely. Well, I mean, we're surrounded by houses and housing estates and factory estates, but with all the leaves on the trees, this is the wetlands, and it's very easy to paint with this sort of brush. Well, you can't paint every twig, so we'll just get a bit of green in there, and then I'll call it a day. So use a bit of Payne's grey, bit of oil. Have a bit of burnt sienna, a bit of ochre, and a bit of white. Just to put a bit of variety in here. I think it was better before I put this on. Bit of dark. I bought a pack of these brushes from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, and they are so lovely. Look, they're cheap, but look what they do. They split, and you get all these different all these lovely marks just by tamping. We can have a bit of more light on there. That's a bit of white and all sorts of trees in the distance. But I just love doing these. They're easy when you've done a lot of them. The key is don't fiddle it to death. So there we are. Let's call that a tutorial. Let's get a bit of oil and a bit of that mauvey dark. Look, I'm just creating an illusion of detail rather than painting it and giving it all but a name. Okay, so no twigs or branches or anything. I'm going to put that in the frame now. We'll have a look at it. Okay, let's just get that centered. There's a bit of shadow coming in from that side. It's very bright on the light in the room. We've got 2 large loft lights, loft windows, they're swiveled, and they've got one above me on the right. So we've got a slight shadow then. There's not much we can do about that. So I hope you like that one. Very simple, but the sky is quite effective. There's a lot in that sky, but it probably should be a bit more blue down here. But I'm just demonstrating how easy it is to do a sort of reasonably complex sky. So I hope you like it, folks. Basic oil painting. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.